The Tanzanian economy is getting a new look. It is now growing at the fourth fastest rate in the world. There's so much construction that these prefab office builders are booming with demand.
I think you have a great success story in this country because the potential is there and the business is open. And I think the government now is really in need of serious investors who can really help in developing this country.
Tanzania's high growth rates are being driven by manufacturing companies like this, a sign perhaps that investors are still confident about the country's future. But there is one other reason behind those impressive figures: a surge in government spending on big infrastructure projects. A new railway network is planned to crisscross East Africa, along with upgrades to roads and ports, in the hope of making the country a logistics hub. But in the next fiscal year, Tanzania is borrowing more than $5 billion, and the key will be making the projects a success.
If you have to borrow in order to spend in government infrastructure, meaning capital expenditure, then you need not to worry, because unless those capital expenditures are white elephants, but if they work, then you need not to worry, because in the end, you'll be able to pay that debt.
There are some challenges. A high-profile tax row with the mining company Acacia has rattled some investors, and the government will have to keep business on board. But ladders are popping up everywhere, and for now, growth is only going up. Dan Ashby, CGTN, in Tanzania.
All right, then, and Dan Ashby joins us now, in fact, live from Dar es Salaam with more data on this story. Dan, let's pick up from where your package left off. So growth clearly is fairly strong, but there are quite a few hiccups along the way. The government in Acacia Mining, for example, they started their talks about 10 days ago. Has there been any agreement on anything between the two sides so far?
Rama, nothing substantial for you yet, but the talks themselves are seen as progress. There's been a standoff here for months with gold concentrate exports banned, Acacia losing $1 million a day. And then we learned that the CEO of Barrick Gold, one of the world's biggest mining companies, majority shareholder in Acacia, he flies over to talk to the Tanzanian government. He announces a negotiating board, very impressive indeed, two former prime ministers, a former speaker of the House of Representatives, and it seems as if things are starting to swing back Acacia's way. But then President Magufuli comes out with a very robust press release. He says that the CEO had flown over to atone for his sins and that they would end up paying. Now most analysts here think that Acacia will end up paying more tax, but they will find an agreement.
Indeed. So one of the main contentious issues here has been, of course, the contents of the reports of the first and the second presidential committees. Would the government agree, though, to a third party reviewing the contents of those reports?
Well, of course, those auditing reports claimed that $48 billion of tax had effectively been stolen from Tanzania by mining companies over 20 years. They said that gold concentrate export figures had been manipulated. That is something that the likes of Acacia completely deny. They say that they have always paid all their tax. They even say that their exports were inspected and they got receipts for those tax. At the moment, there doesn't seem much appetite on the